Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the year again, guys. We're diving straight into the annual market crash that shakes up the landscape of FC25 in the lead up to Black Friday. Now, of course, prices have been dropping for most of this month already, but what happened yesterday signaled it's time to take things seriously before prices fall even more. Now, today we're going to break it down, right? We're going to talk about why prices dropped, when you should sell if you haven't already, and a short overview of how Black Friday will impact the market in these next 2 weeks leading up to the holiday and the event on this game. And of course, we're going to take a look back at yesterday's content and a look into today on Tuesday, what you should maybe expect on the market and content wise. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up on it, and of course, subscribe if you're new. Now, as we get into things today, let's start by taking a look at yesterday's Monday content, where we did have the refresh of the live foot friendly One Nation Glory objective, which once again, guys, I think is a really easy objective to complete because a lot of people are using golden goal. That's the key to this, right? Scoring 12 goals and winning 10 games in this Ultimate Team friendly with One Nation requirement, of course, and max 88 rated cards that you can use in the squad. Most of it is French squads for what you'll see when you load up into these, but go out, take a One Nation team, get some golden goal and get some good packs. 84 double, 83 double, and an 83 times 5. I think with this and a couple of other objective packs combined yesterday, I got like 4 walkouts. I mean, from these packs alone, I think you would hope to get at least 1, maybe 2. From the 83 times 5, you get 1, and from the 84 double, you hopefully get 1 as well. So it's definitely not a guarantee, but those are decent packs that put yourself in a decent situation to get some okay fodder at least. So for me right now, crafting Puteus, this is definitely an objective that I want to do. And like I mentioned, you see a lot of French teams, so guess what kind of cards are up? People that are buying those, 1 or 2 or 3 French cards to fill out their French team, with a lot of those links, of course, being released. A lot of people still using the Thuram brothers, and even some of the loans from the season pass. You'll see those a lot in that mode as well. And a guy like Koundé and some other French cards, even some cheaper ones like Konate, like we normally see when this objective comes out, those prices are up. So not a ton to talk about there. It is worth doing, in my opinion, for those easy packs. Now let's go to the SBC section where we had player SBC and the player picks that we were hoping to see. First of all, flashback Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Guys, this is a FIFA Nostalgia card, especially for me, but I don't think I'm going to be completing this SBC for one massive reason. 4-star, Finesse Plus makes this card go to a whole new level. He's got Power Shot, Chip Shot, Rapid Flare, and Trivela. Honestly, a very meta looking card. Aubameyang as well, if you've used his card in previous iterations of the game, he just has something about him that makes him really, really good. Of course, the pace. He's got Poacher plus as well. The 4-4. It's a really, really good card. You look at his individual stats too. 92 attack positioning, 89 finishing. The agility balance is never insane for Aubameyang, but this card for me, for an 87 rated with 85 dribbling, is not bad. The price is the issue, and the links, guys. 159,000 coins in 6 squads. A lot of people like this card. I don't know if everybody loves the price of the SBC or how you link him in game. Like, that's the big problem for me. Like, if I wanted to do this card just because it is fun, it genuinely is a fun card, and EA actually gave him a very usable boost and a nice boost with the Finesse Plus. They gave him 9 pace, 7 physicality, 7 dribbling, and 6 passing. GG's EA, it's a nice card. I just don't know if it's really worth my time or effort to try to craft him for him to be a super sub in my team. And if I'm going to pay 160k for a card that's just going to come off the bench on 0 chemistry as a super sub, I don't know if that's really worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, I think, with this card for a lot of people, but it is a nice card and probably will be good in game. Now, of course, people that are completing this SBC because he is kind of a FIFA legend and a legend for so many clubs, or has played for a lot of big clubs, you've got guys like Conte. Was 42,000 coins yesterday. He's now extinct at 60k. You got French links there for the One Nation, but more so you've got French and Saudi links for people trying to link together a squad with Aubameyang and Milinkovic-Savic, along with some other heroes. Basically, anything that is Saudi League that is halfway meta is up in price because of this Aubameyang card. And actually as well, Gabon managers, which actually I think there's only one bronze Gabon manager extinct at 5,000 coins. So a lot of people want to do this Aubameyang SBC. It's very upvoted on Footbin. I see the hype with it, but I'm doing Puteus at the moment right now. She gets into my team. She improves my team. And this card, if I did it and wanted to put it in my team, I'd be spending coins and buying links to him, so it just doesn't seem worth it to me. But if it's worth it for you, absolutely go for it. Now, here's the interesting SBC. We got the player picks, guys, and this is a W, in my opinion. I actually think that this 77 plus player pick SBC is better than the crafting upgrade. It is 3 rares and 5 non-rares, so you only need 8 players to get this one done. That is nice. It requires less golds, but it does require rares. It's a 1 of 3 pick, which is nice, and it's unlimited repeatable. Obviously, we love that. I like how easy it is to get done, and I like the fodder that you get in return. Now, here's the interesting thing about this. EA literally, after they dropped player picks, first of all, player picks were not working on the web app and the companion app. One of the many issues that the apps have right now with this game, they have been fixed, and it does work, and it looks different on the companion app for sure. This is a screenshot. I haven't opened that yet there, but that is how it looks. But they also added a new animation to how these open, and I have not actually, I've seen a video on Twitter and I've even reposted it, but I haven't actually seen it myself. So let's experience this together. How does this is okay? You can, it's so slow. You have to reveal the cards one by one. I mean, when I saw the video of this on Twitter too, I was like, it's gonna take ages to try to do your player picks. I mean, it definitely looks interesting. I don't know. I selected the card here, and then I have to confirm my pick with another button. Wow, that takes ages. Okay, now I want to try the redeem all, or like the review all. That's triangle. So I press triangle. They're all dupes. Llorente, Fred. Guys, this is so slow. This is the slowest. Oh my gosh, you have to press 2 buttons to select a player. Nah, this is an L, man. Okay, I saw a lot of people talking about this on Twitter. If they did this for icon picks or something that deserves, that's a good poll. These player picks are nice. You see what I'm saying? If this was, you know, implemented for something like a higher value player pick, where it's an icon pick or a hero pick or something, even if it's an 84, 85 plus pick that deserves more hype than more than a 77 plus, then maybe that animation is fine. But gosh, I don't know what EA was thinking with that, because instead of taking 1 or 2 seconds to open one player pick, now it's taking like 5 seconds because you have to press more buttons. The animations take longer. I honestly think that's a huge L. But the player picks themselves, I think, is a W. So EA, what are we doing with that, bro? Why take something that was good and make it worse? Ah, man. I don't know. I don't understand that one at all, guys. That's really frustrating, because player picks, there was nothing wrong with the animation before. Anyways, they probably won't say anything about that, but I would love to hear their thought process on it, because I'm not a fan of it. Anyways, this SBC, again, I think is worth it to do. You saw that Vitinha that I got right there. Sure, you're going to get plenty of 82s and 3s, but that's why I think it's better than the crafting upgrade, because you're going to consistently get those 82s and 3s and have, it seems, a better chance at the higher rateds and walkouts. Yesterday, we opened 50 on stream, not on my account, but on a share play, and the guy got a really good number of walkouts, and he also got Diaby, so I think they're good. Now, gold commons are selling once again on the market. I think they're going to sell for 500 coins for most people. They're 450 insta sell, which means, once again, if you're really trying to grind those coins, you can get on bids for these. And one tip I have as well, if you're trying to bid on these cards, bid by league. Like, go in here, go Bundesliga, and you're like, Nate, I want to try to spend the least amount of coins possible while building a set of player picks. If you want to try to make some and look at that animation that they added, that's crazy. I'm still, you know, taken aback by that. But go through and bid on these by league, because it'll help you to find more cards and to win bids more consistently. So that is one thing to watch out for with that. But that is the brand new player pick. I still don't know what to think about that. I don't like it. EA, what are we doing, man? Anyways, let's talk about the market crash, guys, because that was probably the biggest piece of news and information from yesterday on this game. I did not expect it to be as wild of a day as it was. Out of nowhere, guys, prices on players dropping 20% plus. I had invested in the Trackstars cards, and we talked about that yesterday in the video. I was expecting a bit of a market rise, and the exact opposite happened. Now, I was able to not lose too many coins. I lost about 150K off the cards that I had invested in. I had invested probably about 2.5 million cards, expecting a Monday market rise, which is normally the trend of the market, right? Mondays, Tuesdays, content's mid. There's not a whole lot. Stuff goes up a bit. That is the exact opposite of what happened. But with the prices crashing, we were able to end up go out and make 400,000 coins, over 400K back from so much crashing. But then people realizing, wait a second, why am I panic selling for a promo that's still over a week away? And then after that, of course, you saw some prices kind of rebound up. So we got to talk about it, guys. Now, first of all, why did prices drop in the first place? Why were people selling 91 Kylian Mbappe from 2.7 million all the way down to 2.3 million coins? Why did this happen, right? We just witnessed the beginning of people preparing for Black Friday, which I didn't expect to come yesterday on a Monday. Still, a week and a half away from the actual Black Friday event, which is later in the calendar this year because it's the absolute end of November. Last year it was the 24th. This year it's the 29th. So it's a little bit later. I was expecting this sort of panic maybe like on the weekend this weekend, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe even like Thursday at the end of this week, as people are like, oh shoot, we're a week away from Black Friday. Well, it happened today or yesterday and into today a little bit as well. That's what you see as the reason for why this market dropped off so much. People basically selling cards before Black Friday hits so they can get out, right? Because of course, Black Friday brings the market crash every single year. Guys, these price drops, we could look at cards for hours at the insane price drops that were there. This Modric from 614K out of packs, Centurion's promo card to 480. I picked up 2 right here. He rebounded all the way to 530, 540. That was a card that I traded with. Gold cards like this Mbappe, we could look at so many cards, guys, that absolutely are down incredible amounts overall. Hansen's under 400K right now. Trent Alexander-Arnold's 320,000 coins. Butragueño was 1.8. He's now 1.5. Henry, 2.5 million coins. Stuff that's impacts as well from track stars, down in value. The market has dropped incredible amounts, and it's something that we see every single year. We see this panic selling, we see prices drop, but I don't think we were expecting it to be as drastic as it was yesterday, because literally nothing content related made this market drop yesterday. It was purely people saying, oh my goodness, Black Friday is coming next week. I need to sell cards before prices go down further. And of course, when people see market crashes and they kind of connect, oh, it's because of Black Friday, it just kind of creates a snowball effect and people start undercutting each other, getting out of cards, and it just becomes a big panic selling scenario. And that's why also sometimes when you see that, or a lot of times when you see panic selling, especially reach these drastic amounts, you see a little bit of a bounce back as well. So it creates a good trading opportunity when you know the certain parameters that you're in are not, because of it's not actually a content related market crash. Now, like we've been saying, this is normal. It happens every single year. If we take a look back last year, I've got this graph pulled up of Caroline Graham Hansen from FC24. Take a look at Graham Hansen, right? We are around this point of the graph last year, November 13th, Monday of last year. Again, a week and a half before, 11 days before the market crash on the actual date of Black Friday, she went from 600,000 coins that weekend to 528. And then during the rest of that week, rose back up. There was a lot of panic in preparation for Black Friday. But then look what happened actually leading into Black Friday. The next week, which would be next week from now for us, a full week away plus a few days, she went from 540K down to 414,000 coins. That'd be like taking the Caroline Graham Hansen drop that we've had in the past couple weeks from 600K for her down to 390K. Like, let's say she goes back up to somewhere in the mid 400s throughout the rest of this week. If the trends follow last year, she would probably drop down into the low to mid 300s later on next week. Like, this Graham Hansen card is not done dropping, in my opinion. Like, look at last year. She went from 877K to 400,000 coins. She dropped literally 50% in value. This year, she was 900,000 coins at her peak, end of October, early November. And sure, she's dropped about 50%, but gold cards across the board are valued less this year because they're supplied more on the market because of the weekend league rewards packs being bigger and better. And I think that means these cards are going to fall even more this year than they did last year. So I don't think we've reached the bottom yet at all. This is just a continuation of really market crashing on prices that we've seen happen throughout the entire month of November. Now, if you have not sold cards yet, if you're looking at your team like Nate, I have Lotta Schellin. I bought her at 1.4. She's now 1.1 mil. When do I sell? I think you still sell sometime this week. And it's really tough to try to time it, right? Timing a market crash is so difficult because there's still going to be people that are seeing these prices drop and they're going to want to sell their cards before we get to next week. And I 100% agree with that because prices are all going to be lower next week. We're not going to say it's a fact because there could be some crazy exceptions here or there, but it's basically going to be a fact. Prices will be lower next week. We haven't had any official players leaked for the Thunderstruck Black Friday promo, just the card designs. There hasn't been hype built up for that yet, all that sort of thing. There's still a lot more to come. So prices will absolutely go lower. So if there's a card you still have in your team, I think you want to get it sold at some point this week. If you're trying to figure out when's the best time to sell it this week, again, last year, prices went up from Monday into after Rivals Rewards into the Promo Friday. The Promo Friday we're expecting this upcoming Friday is the FC Pro Live promo, which may not be that exciting. It wasn't that last year, so it has that reputation going into this year. Maybe the market rises up a little bit And I think you have an opportunity to sell then maybe after Rivals Rewards if we see a bit of a boost at all. If there's still cards that you're looking to sell. So that's kind of what I would look at doing. Now, the thing is, you may be asking, Nate, what cards do I need to sell? And to be honest, I would say pretty much everything, like icons, heroes, out of pack special cards. By the way, out of pack special cards have a chance to be re-released in packs. That's one of the biggest things that makes promo cards drop from maybe a Centurion's promo card that's just gone out of packs, like a Bruno, a Sun, or a Rafael Leao, or maybe even somebody from Road to the Knockouts. Guys, Road to the Knockouts were re-released back in packs last year as a part of the Black Friday Best of re-release. And of course, gold cards. You definitely want to get out on those too. Like a card like Hyunmin Son, a card like Inform Federico Valverde. Last year we had an Inform Valverde, and he's one of the top Informs this year that could be included in the Best of re-release. So this is why Black Friday is kind of crazy, right? You have all of these re-release cards back in packs, plus a new promo team, you know, plus all the crazy packs they're putting out. I guess it's really just all of these cards plus a promo team with icons as well. So there's just so much in packs at one time. It just makes you want to open packs. There's so much content dropping at the same time as well. Like, just to say something about icons really quick, last year Wayne Rooney, this also just goes to show how super inflated icons are this year. Wayne Rooney was 700,000 coins at the beginning of November. During Black Friday, he went to 400K. Wayne Rooney this year, I just sold him today at 1.1 million coins. I know Power Shot Plus is very meta, but that's crazy, right? But again, look, 700K, he dropped all the way to 480. He didn't even rebound. Black Friday was down here. He went to 400,000 coins flat. So he dropped not quite 50% in value, but he never really rebounded. And some of the stuff after Black Friday, you see this. It'll go down. It doesn't rebound that much. Some stuff does, but other stuff doesn't. So this is just a time where the meta and the power curve shifts so much as well, with new cards coming out during the new promo, that it's just a good time to be taking the cash on some of those cards that were once good and were once meta and once, you know, the stuff to use. But now they're going to be kind of falling behind, and less people are going to be wanting those. So as we get closer to Black Friday, guys, we're going to go super in depth on exactly what you need to know, because EA can change things every single year. Last year was the first year we had EVOs during Black Friday, and that creates investment opportunities, because as much as this market is dropping, there are some cards that we can invest in. Like I showed you that Caroline Graham Hansen, right? Just to look at last year's Graham Hansen card, she went to 414K, but she went out of packs because her Trailblazer card was in packs, right, during Black Friday. Her Trailblazer card was in packs, so she went out of packs for her gold. She went from 415K, 410. She might even been under 400 on that specific day, and went all the way up to 500K a couple of days later. There will be incredible opportunities to make coins on out of pack special cards, gold cards, meta cards that people are going to buy for their team. But before we get there, prices still have to fall more, and we're going to have more panic into next week. So we're going to cover Black Friday a lot in the upcoming videos, especially as we turn the tide into next week. But I think for right now, the biggest thing to know is it's going to go lower, and prices are probably going to continue to fluctuate this week, as some people are still panic selling cards. Some will go up, some will go down. So I'm glad to have most of my coins at the moment liquid, and we'll talk more about fodder as well. I don't like fodder as an investment like right now. I think we can wait, and I think it could be an investment, but I want to do some deep dive into that later on this week. Now, speaking of Black Friday, we do have card designs. Part of the reason Black Friday is hype is because last year EA dropped arguably the best promo of the year on Black Friday, Thunderstruck. Live and upgrading cards. By the way, this is the new card design for this Thunderstruck promo. Just like last year, it looks freaking sick. And if you remember last year as well, these cards were animated, like moving, like the thunder, the lightning, like the clouds would move a little bit and the lightning would kind of like flash. They were insane cards last year. They were live, they upgraded, and they were live and upgrading icons as well. And these are new card designs for this year. They look absolutely freaking sick. I think I like the regular player one the most. That one looks freaking sick. But the icon one looks really dope as well. So those are two leaked card designs that are absolutely Thunderstruck coming during Black Friday. But we have some other designs leaked as well. It's kind of like EA must have been updating and adding to the code yesterday and fixing things as well. We'll mention that again here in a second. FC Pro Live. This is a card design that we had leaked last week. That's probably our promo this coming Friday. I don't think we're getting a second week of track stars. Here's the Thunderstruck designs and Winter Wildcards with a Winter Wildcards icon design. I don't know what I think. I need to see a player design on that card. That is interesting. Winter Wildcards vibes for sure, but different in its own way. Massive tree there. And then the ornaments, I don't know how I feel about that one. Well, I'd want to see a player on it before I really decide. But we're not sure about some of these card designs either, because this design was also added to the code. And some people are saying footmas for this. And I get the vibes. I see it right here. I see what looks like candy canes kind of, and the red and the green and the white, and that just gives you the Christmas vibes. But that's not a cool enough card design for footmas. Let's keep it $150, guys. Like, if they're going to have a footmas card design back, we need, you know, like old days, real footmas. So I don't think that's that. You know what this maybe could be is, you know, it's a shout for red picks. Red picks are a shout. I don't understand the colors on the side still. Maybe this is a special theme design. I don't think we have an actual name for it yet. I'm just throwing out ideas, but it doesn't look cool enough to be a promo card design. It kind of looks like an objective design, or maybe red picks, because it looks somewhat similar to the team of the week, but still different. So I think that's kind of a more basic card design, as well as this gold one, this one, and that one. I don't know. We have some random card designs that have been added to the code, guys. So the ones to really focus on are these Thunderstruck ones, because those are going to be upcoming soon. And then FC Pro Live, we think, is our promo this Friday. So just wanted to show you guys that, because that's probably some pictures you've seen floating around the internet about Black Friday and promos upcoming soon. Now, let's kind of wrap this all up with content coming today on Tuesday. Tuesdays really aren't that exciting of days on this game most times either. We don't even have any player SBC leaks right now at the moment. That could change. I do believe we are going to get a League One Player of the Month today. Bradley Barcola is expiring, and it's TheFutAccountant, who's a Georgian winger. I think his Player of the Month is going to be pretty low rated, but it also should be pretty cheap. So potentially just a card you could do. Like, I've got a bunch of 81s, 2s, and 3s from doing some player picks in my club. I would love, if he's like 86 or 7 rated, I would do a really cheap SBC, maybe just to have some fodder for Puteus, or just a fun card to try. So watch out for that Player of the Month coming today. But like we normally see on Tuesdays, guys, I think we're expecting the Rush refresh for the Rush points. I need to finish off some games here. And you'll have an opportunity to get more packs and a player pick, most likely through a new Rush mode, or Rush points today. I don't know if we're going to actually have our new Rush mode. Are one of these expiring? Let me double check. No, none of the Rush modes are expiring. We still have 7-minute dash and a century of football there. So get your Rush games in today before content if you want to get those before the refresh, which is what I need to do. And then, you know what we talk about on Tuesdays as well, right? The triple upgrade pack from last week, the 83 plus triple, something like that, probably dropping again today. I would be super down for that, as I'm still in the middle of crafting a Alexia Puteus SBC who requires a lot of fodder. And I'm making good progress. We're 6 of 14, but your boy needs some more fodder, and an 83 triple like that could be nice today. Would I invest in fodder for that? I mean, if you're going to invest in anything for that, I think it'd be 83s and 4s. They did go up last week, if I remember correctly. I think this is the day last week that 83s went up to like 1.2K. Let's see. They went to 1.2. Yeah, they did on Tuesday. So Monday they were low. They were 950. On Tuesday they went to 1.3K. So if you want to do a little 83 investment, you could. A little bit, you know, hoping that EA drops that upgrade pack for you to make profit on that. Same thing with 84s. They might go up to like 3K. Get them at 2,000 coins on bid. Get the 83s at minimum on bid if you want to go for that. We could have an Evo today as well. I think last week, though, we had an Evo on a Wednesday. So either an Evo today on Tuesday or tomorrow on Wednesday would be what I expect. Is there an Evo expiring at all today? Usually that means there's a new one coming. Looks like there's not, at least any that I have available at the moment. So Evo today or tomorrow. And the last thing is, we know this game needs a title update, right? There is one that is in the works. This is from EA's Trello board. I think there might even be a title update coming today, or it's at least going to be announced today. And it includes some good things after reading through this. My favorite is sometimes a ground pass could have incorrectly sent the ball behind the intended receiver. I get ticked off about this all the time when I'm literally like trying to pass it to the dude who's right next to me, and the game just tapping the pass button sends it to the guy beyond him. So I'm happy about that. The defensive line could have dropped deeper than intended while the attacking team was controlling the ball in the defending team's half. So some more of that there. Here's what I don't like. There's one thing in here where it mentions goalkeepers, improved goalkeeper positioning, improved goalkeeper decision-making, improved something else. Where's that one? They improved the goalkeeper saves or the animations when during a long-distance powerful shot. Where is that one at? I read that one and I'm thinking, why are they buffing goalkeepers? Why don't they, right here, goalkeepers could have sometimes not attempted to make a save against a powerful long distance shot. I'm guessing that's a power shot. I don't know. Power shots are very OP. I don't know why they're not nerfing power shots a little bit instead of buffing keepers. I think that's a backwards way of going about it. And there's nothing in here about lob passes, except for this. In some instances, lob passes were less accurate than intended. No, defenders become useless when you do a lob pass over the end line, like the defense. I don't know. That's one of my most frustrating things, is people running a little lob pass, a little doink ball over the defensive line for a player who's making a run through, and your center back just like stops and watches it go over. That's one of the most frustrating things for me about gameplay at the moment. And there are a lot of small changes in that Trello board here. So I will drop a link to this if you want to read through it down below in the description of the video. Do I have hope that it's actually going to change a whole lot and you know, flip this game in a 180 and make it like really fun to play? No. But it does also mention a couple things about ball physics and player-to-player contact and some of those jammy moments where it just seems like you can't get the ball out of your own half when you're winning the ball off of a tackle. So hopefully some good things change there. Gameplay, even though, like I said, in the second channel video on the streams, gameplay at the moment is just, it's not in a good place. I mean, I got 11 wins this weekend, but it wasn't like, I'm not now saying, oh, I want to keep playing the game more because I got my best weekend league finish ever. I'm not saying that at all. I'm like, now, frick, I got to go play rivals and get my points. You know what I'm saying? So this game at the moment, gameplay-wise for sure, is not in a great spot. But you guys didn't need me to tell you that. You guys know about that. But what we're really looking forward to from a marketing content perspective is the Black Friday content. Always brings the hype. And like I said, we're going to be talking about that a lot more in the coming days. Sorry, that sounds way too much like EA. We're going to be talking about that a lot more next week. I'll give you an exact date and time instead of in the coming days, because EA deliver promises like that and then don't deliver division rivals rewards for 3 weeks like some people have been missing. But we'll be talking about that next week as it gets closer. And of course, we'll be monitoring the market as prices move up and down. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you in a Twitch stream today. That link's down below in the description as well. Peace out.